to tinker basic pulleys. So I've just put down pulleys Tinkercad, and I'm just going to come along and I'm just going to pick out a file that I want to have a look at, and this will open it up. I'm just going to go to copy and tinker. So this will allow me to edit the file. So just as this one's opening up. Okay, so we don't have to draw things from scratch. So we've got somebody else's design that we're going to tinker with. We're just going to change it from a perspective view to an orthographic view. So it's just going to allow us to look at it from a flat surface. So I don't want my hole to be as big as this one here. So I'm just going to use, I'm just going to drag out a cylinder. You can change the color of it so it matches. And I'm just going to place this cylinder so it's sitting in the center, and there's some tools called Align that we can use for that. So I'm just dragging a box around both objects, going to Align, and I'm going to align them center and center. I'm just going to check the height of what I've dragged in, so just coming back and selecting our second object here. Our first object, if we click on this little box here, is 10 millimeters, so we want to make this one 10. And just swapping back views, we can have a look at this one now. I'm going to select both objects and I'm going to group the two of them. So that's now one full object. And I do need to put a hole back in the middle of it because for my design I want to put a piece of 3mm skewer or dowel or aluminium rod running through the center. So I'm just going to change this to 3mm by 3mm. And it's going to be 20mm long. Perfect. And then I'm just going to select both objects, and again using the Align tool. So aligning in this direction and aligning in that direction, which is good. And I just want to check something because something just looks like it might be moving there. Off center, I'll just go back using the back tools. And we'll just check and see, it seems very high. So we might need to just align that again, just making sure that we're aligned down the bottom, which it appears to be. So grouping both, and that then should give us a hole for our project. And you can just double check just to make sure that did go all the way through. Now I want to use this for 3D printing, so I'm going to come up here and say export. And I'm going to export my design as an STL file for 3D print, and it will just download here, and I can then bring that into the 3D printer.